style of Tom Misch captivates so many guitar players out there, and his quarantine sessions have offered a bit of insight into his creative process. His use of jazz chords, funky grooves, and trippy guitar effects makes a guitar loop sound full and exciting. The first guitar track he lays down has a vibrato effect on it, making the guitar sound slightly out of tune. And he chooses certain voicings to bring out this line on top. If we play the most basic shapes in this D minor chord progression, the top line movement would sound a bit stale. So if you know 2 or 3 different ways to play the exact same chord, consider where the top note is and its movement throughout your chord progression. This is called voice leading. In this song, instead of using your average D minor 7 chord, he removes this one finger to make a D7 sus2, and then moves this top note down a whole step and builds a D minor 7 chord around that. The rhythm is tricky because it's syncopated and only the first chord is on a downbeat. While most people will find their D minor scale either here at the 10th fret or here at the 5th fret, starting in uncommon positions will bring out uncommon phrasing. Here's the position that Tom uses. He follows up the melody with his next loop outlining a D chord. By keeping the chord really simple, literally a 2-note power chord, it's able to work over the entire chord progression while providing extra rhythm. Next he adds a sick bass line, and just to enhance the bassiness, he puts an octave pedal on the guitar to bring out those real low, fat tones. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, he tunes his guitar down a whole step. So when he plays this line, he goes all the way down to the open E string, but for him it's tuned to a D. So for us to play it in standard tuning in the key, I'll bring this last part up an octave instead of where I would hit that low D string right there. So now we have 3 layers of guitar, the chords, some extra rhythm, and a fat bass line. So now it's time to solo on top of it. Kick on that auto wah, remind us what the melody is, and play some sweet, sweet tones in the key of D minor. Man, he always picks out such sweet and unexpected notes. Part of that is his approach to the scale. He uses variations of the pentatonic scale and the full minor scale. And his groove, the phrasing, he doesn't always start on the downbeat. Sometimes he starts his lick on the upbeat, sometimes the syncopated 16th note, but there's always variation that's never stale. What was that crazy thing he played at the end though with the chords? Taking a major chord and moving it a whole step is common in jazz and brings out a whole tone sound. It just has a pleasing sound. So he takes that C major triad and moves it up and down a whole step and then continues down the diatonic D minor scale. Try out some of these ideas, and if you want to skip the looping and go straight to the soloing, I have a jam track available for my Patreon supporters. My supporters are vital to keeping this content consistent and of course get many benefits from jam tracks, exclusive lessons, and interactive tabs with slowdown features that accompany many of the lessons, including this one. If you want a quick, comprehensive guide to neo soul guitar, check out my Neo Soul Guitar Starter ebook. It's a 32-page book divided into 7 different jam scenarios with chord moves and solo approaches. If you're ever feeling stuck, any page in the book will offer inspiration to help you sound more soulful.